Hey y'all, Anson here from Ivey Forge. Alright, so if you've been following along with this forge build that I'm doing, thank you for all the comments and suggestions that I've gotten thus far on some of my other videos. Alright, so I'm building a charcoal forge. Video 3 I did a maiden voyage, basically lighting it off just to see how it acted. And the fire pot, I used the curved part, the top part of the cylinder tank. It's 100 pound cylinder tank, propane tank, and that metal is just too thin. So it was causing the paint and such from the cylinder to bubble, and just the amount of air that I was getting from the hair dryer was just way too much, and it was getting it too hot, and I don't think it's gonna hold up. So there's gonna be a few changes that I'm gonna make. All right, and I also got some milk oil. Alright, so I got some milk. Some of the things that I'm going to change, instead of using a hairdryer, which I did get some awesome comments of some ways I can regulate the flow. Either one, using a dampener, a box that you can control the airflow, even up to using a switch, a rotary switch, like a dimmer switch for lights to control the voltage of the hair dryer, which were all awesome comments. I do appreciate that. All right, so let's see what we got. So it's nothing special, it's just something small. All right, but I got a hand crank blower. Alright, yes, it's made in China, but hey, it's something for now. It was only $37 on Amazon, and I had Prime, so free shipping. Alright, got it in 2 days, day and a half actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this for now. I'm gonna get this bolted on to the tank. That way I can use this to be able to control the airflow a little better, and then I'll look back into some of those other things for the hair dryer if this breaks. Okay, because it's cheap. I don't expect it to last all that long, but it's something for now. I'm gonna give it a go, and we'll see how it works out. All right, so some of the changes that I'm gonna do to the forge, let's check those out now. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in the brake drum that I initially was going to use in the first place. All right, so here's the rounded portion of the cylinder that came off. So where I cut, these caps actually fit into the cylinder, and it's basically just like an overhang that fits into the cylinder, and then they weld it. So all the rest of this is actually only an eighth of an inch thick. It's the only thickest part is right here at the weld, and that just so happens where I cut it. So it was kind of a false security, I guess, or a false whatever of what I thought it was. So it's actually the portion of the tank, the cap, and then it has another little piece that's inside. Just gives it thickness for whenever they weld it together. All right, so you can kind of see a little better here the thickness of that. So it was really thin, and that actually started to bow down some whenever I heated it up. All right, so there is a space in between the brake drum and the cap, enough that I can stick my finger in, that I actually have castable refractory that I'm going to put a layer about a ½ inch thick on the bottom of this, and then put the brake drum back on top of it. For one, it's going to seal up these holes a little bit, and then whenever I put my floor flange and my pipe back in, that actually covers this hole, and I'm able to bolt this down. That's going to hold the brake drum down to the rest of the cylinder. Okay, now for this, I do plan on putting another table here. So you see I have my metal pieces here, and they're basically going to go up about like that, and then I have one for the other side, and I'm going to weld those in, and then I'm actually going to slot a portion of this here on, so it's bigger on one side than it is the other. So this is the spot that would be holding the charcoal, and then I have walls that I'll put all the way around. But you can see here that I am gonna curve this side off, that way I'm not jabbing myself on this side. And then I also plan on cutting in another slot here, that way I'll have a place to put my material in from here, right? But I want this side to be a little more flush to the table, that way I can just rake in the charcoal from that side. All right, so that's what I got going, and hopefully by this coming weekend I'll be able to get a little more accomplished and actually get this put back together, and then see how she does. Alright, so thanks for following me along on this build, and give me a thumbs up if you don't mind, and go check out these other videos, a portion of this build. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the link below, and don't forget to check me out on Instagram or at Ivey Forge, and catch you on the next one. Bye.